Agricultural drone consists of three parts: the remote controller, the aircraft, flying platform, and the spraying system. Almost all the operations on the drone are realized by the remote controller, with a spraying or spreading system. Next, let's know more about the various components of the agricultural drone. Remote controller. Firstly, it is the introduction of the remote controller. Most of the flight operations are realized by using the remote controller sticks. Below is a video for that. Firstly, we will explain how to use the remote controller sticks, including one-finger and two-finger operation. We set one-finger operation as an example as it is relatively easy to use. Press the remote controller sticks with 1/3 of your thumbs and hold the remote controller with other fingers. When operating the remote controller, please note that pulsed stick operation is prohibited, and fingers are not allowed to leave the sticks during manual flight. The left and right sticks can be moved in up, down, left, and right directions respectively, with the corresponding 4 actions of the aircraft are flying up, down, turning left, right, flying forward, backward, and left-right lateral movement. We will explain the basic operations based on the mode too. The drone can be unlocked by simultaneously moving the 2 sticks towards each other. Move the stick on the left, up or down to have the drone fly up or down. If you move the stick to the left or right, the drone will turn left or right. Move the stick on the right upward or downward to have the drone fly forward or backward. If you move the stick to the left or right, the drone moves towards the left or right. These are the remote controller antennas. The signal between the remote controller and the aircraft is transmitted through the antennas. But remember that the remote controller antennas should be parallel to the drone, rather than point to the drone, as the signal quality is the weakest in this way. This is a dongle for connecting with internet after inserting a SIM card. It should be noted that the field, upload, download, and the upload of operating tasks in the remote controller all rely on the network. Note that the remote controller can also be connected to the internet by Wi-Fi. Because the traffic of the dongle is fixed, we can use Wi-Fi when upgrade firmware, upload and download a batch of fields or tasks. Are the remote and the drone bound each other from the start? No, they have to link to each other before that. But the new machine has already completed linking when leaves the factory. From then on, we need to perform linking operation if change the other remote controller. Below is a tutorial video about how to link. Firstly, enter Settings. Enter the remote controller interface. Click Link. Then the remote controller will prompt DJI voice. When the drone is powered on, press and hold the battery power button for 5 seconds. The battery power indicator will flash alternately. When the remote controller beeps twice, the linking is completed. Propulsion system. In order to take off, agricultural drone requires power from battery, ESCs, motors, and propellers. The lithium battery provides power, and the ESC is the controller of the motor. The motors drive propellers to generate elevating force, and the drone takes off. There are 2 points that must be clear about lithium battery. Firstly, lithium battery cannot be fully charged for a long time. So the smart battery is designed with a self-discharge function. When you find that the battery has been fully charged for a period of time and the panel is hot, do not worry. This is due to the self-discharge of the battery to protect itself. Secondly, the charging and discharging power of the lithium battery will gradually decrease in low-temperature environment. So in cold winter, the charging time will be longer than the rated time. Various actions are realized by changing the speed of each motor for the multi-rotor drone. For example, if the motor speed on the left is higher and the right is lower, the aircraft will fly towards the right. Generally speaking, half of the propellers of each drone rotate counterclockwise, and the other half rotate clockwise. There are 2 types of propellers, CCW and CW. Before installing the propellers, make sure that the propellers and motors are correctly installed. Flight control system. Drones can fly stably along the established routes based on satellite positioning, that is, GNSS in the remote controller. Because of satellite positioning, drones can hover stably and operate autonomously. So remember to ensure that the flight status bar is green before each flight. However, ordinary satellite positioning accuracy is not high enough. RTK is a high-precision positioning technology, and the error accuracy can reach centimeter level. You may also notice that there are two mushroom-shaped heads on the T-Series agricultural drones, which are RTK antennas. The two RTK antennas can achieve a directional function, which is somewhat similar to the compass, to improve the flight accuracy of the drone and the ability to resist electromagnetic interference. If there is no RTK orientation function, the drone can only be oriented by the compass. So, if the RTK orientation is turned off, be sure to calibrate the compass. Next is the radar. With radar waves, drones can perceive the surrounding environment in real time. Radar waves can sense the existence of obstacles, so as to realize the function of obstacle avoidance. The downward radar wave can determine the height of the drone while detecting obstacles, supporting holding the height while avoiding obstacles. Enable radar module, the drone will follow the terrain while flying. Even if the terrain changes, it can keep the relative height to the terrain unchanged. Spraying system. Finally, let's introduce the spraying system of agricultural drone. DJI Agras T40 and T20P use a centrifugal spraying system which consists of spraying tank, filter screen, impeller pump, and dual atomized sprinklers. Tank carries the liquid, filter screen filters impurities, water pump pumps out the liquid, which then atomized by nozzles. Here we introduce the function of each component in detail. The flow meter is between the tank and the pumps, which is used to calculate the actual flow and make the flow control more accurate. The weight sensors are used to confirm the amount of liquid or the weight of spreading materials. It is the signal source of the empty tank alarm, and it can predict the refill point in advance, thereby improving the work efficiency and saving battery consumption. The higher the rotational speed of the centrifugal spraying system, the finer the droplets. When the standard dual atomized spraying system is used and the extra coarse droplet size is selected, the rotational speed is 6,500 RPM and the average droplet size is 140 microns. When the extra fine droplet size is selected, the rotation speed is 14,000 RPM and the average droplet size is 60 microns. It should be clear that, under the same liquid amount per hectare, the finer the droplets, the larger the number of droplets, which is conducive to improving the effect of insecticide and fungicide operations. However, the finer the droplet, the easier for them to evaporate and drift. Therefore, you could select medium droplets for normal field operations in summer, coarse droplets for weeding, and fine droplets for fruit tree operations. It is strictly forbidden to use fine or extra fine droplets in herbicide operations because once the herbicide drifts, the risk of phytotoxicity is extremely high.